Hey movers, it's Bree here with a 20-minute tower workout. The setup for today is going to be short yellow springs at the top of your tower, purple springs at about mid-tower or lined up with the push-through bar. And then you'll want to have your roll-down bar nearby within arm's reach because we'll change those out for a little water skier. All right, so we are actually going to begin on our back with your head towards the top part of your mat there. Your purple springs are going over the feet. Ooh. Long loops into the arches of your feet there. Now, if you'd like more tension, of course, you can always push yourself further away. I'm going to start with a little bit more tension, so at least the springs are open to start when my legs are in tabletop. Find your diaphragmatic breathing first. So hands pressing down, you have that activity already happening through the legs, and just hold this position as you breathe. In through the nose, expanding the rib cage and the belly, exhaling from the mouth. Find that the hip points are up towards the ceiling. Two more. Three-dimensional breathing. Inhale, wide. And exhale. Now keep your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, try pressing your legs away and then pulling back to that tabletop position. Inhale and exhale. 6 more. 8 total. Now, if you do feel your body sort of like shifting or moving around, if you do have some like slippery leggings, you can always like push your hands into the vertical legs of the tower. And that also kind of just helps to stabilize a little bit more through the spine and the pelvis. That might also be just like a great option to look for. But if you would like that extra challenge, your hands can also stay down. 2. And then keep the legs long. Last one. Bring the heels together, toes apart. Really zip up and point through the feet as you lift right to where the springs close and then lower. Now, when you're lifting, keep your tailbone heavy. Make sure the hip points don't roll up and back towards you. Now I am starting to slip a little bit, so I'm going to hold my hands there on the verticals. 4 more. And if your hands are on the verticals, just make sure your shoulders stay down. 2 more. And hold the legs at that high 45-degree angle once you're done with those 8. And then start to Barbie kick your legs up and down just about 2 inches at a time, keeping the mid back or the lowest part of your rib cage onto the mat there. Front rib cage wrapping down towards the hips. Now start to lower the legs and then lift the legs with those little Barbie kicks. Lower or swimmer kicks. Lift. Lower. Lift. One more time. And then lift. Now, heels stay together. Come back to that high 45 and go for a froggy bend and press. Now, really feeling it through those inner thighs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then the last one. Now open the legs out and up. So a big letter V right as the springs close, and then bring the legs down and in. I like to point my toes when I open up and out, and then flex the feet as I bring them down and in. Big letter V, and then close. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then final one. Go ahead and lift the legs up. Allow your spine to sink down so you can grab on for those either silver loops or purple loops. And just pull on the legs, maybe open the legs, get a nice stretch there from hamstrings to inner thighs. Those springs can always do a surprising bit of damage, like in a good way. Maybe a little butterfly stretch, Rock and roll side to side, happy baby pose. All right. And so from there, we'll take those springs off so that now we can bring our hands to the yellow tabs. So working on a little bit of a roll up, bring yourself towards the edge-ish of the mat. So the base of your spine, that occipital ridge there, is right at the edge of your mat. Okay, so using those springs to push into to sort of help us up into a little bit of a chest lift. So keep an open palm, you're not death gripping. Take an inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, roll yourself, curling and pushing your hands towards your thighs. Lower back down, and repeat that 7 more times. Whew, the tremor of truth. 6. Pulling pelvic floor up and in, wrapping around the waistline. 4, 3, 2 more. Then after this last one, you'll lower your head back down, reach the arms up, let go of the yellow tabs or pads, reach the legs long. And so now maybe your chest lift can now turn into a roll up. Once you inhale to the top, roll yourself back down. If you're still having some trouble with the roll up, then bring either one leg behind or your hands interlace behind one leg and press yourself up. So push the leg away from you and roll up. Then try to roll down with no assistance from the legs. If that still is challenging, when you roll yourself up, grab behind the legs and then kind of walk yourself up to the top. Stretch your legs out. So then when you roll your way back down, you can continue practicing getting up into that long leg position. Inhale tall, exhale roll. Let's do that one more time. Like your hands are moving through quicksand and your body is following. All right, so now from there, we'll slide ourselves around and then lay yourself down, grabbing for your right purple strap and putting your whole leg and thigh up into it. Okay, so we're going to bring ourselves away to where there is tension on that strap, okay, or the spring to start. Rest your head down and bring the leg to tabletop. Again, there is tension there, but we want to try to keep, there will be a little bit of assistance from the hip flexor, but allow the core to try to do most of the work here. So pulling that leg towards your chest and then letting it come back to tabletop, not to where the spring closes, but just back to tabletop, knee above hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, anchoring heavy through the left leg. 1. Now bring your hands interlace behind the head, curl yourself up, and watch that knee come towards you. 6 more. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold that knee in as close to you as you can and start to rotate your body towards it. If that feels like too much, just bring it back to tabletop and repeat that 6 more times. Really making sure that you're not going to roll away from the left side of your body coming off of the mat. Really, the left shoulder should be the only thing coming off and away, but you're anchored super heavy through that left side, so nothing else rolls with you. Last 2. Final 1. All right, so now lower that leg down, maybe windshield wiper side to side, and we get ready to pull ourselves up so we can switch to the other side. So you can lift that left leg, you can grab behind it or practice your roll up, sliding that right leg out and away, grabbing, reaching forward for the left strap. Bringing it above the thigh or above the knee at thigh level, anchoring through the right glute and foot there, and then start with your pulls. 8 times, 7, 6, 5, and 1. And release the hands behind the head. Continue. 7, 6, 5, 4. Keeping those hip points evenly pointed up. 2 more times. Hold, and now rotate towards that knee. 6. Letting the rotation come from just that rib cage area, and everything else follows above that, of course. We got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, that side was much harder. So understanding that and realizing that within your own body, you might have obviously one side feel different than the other. For me, that was my left side. So if that is your case, then doing a couple more reps can actually serve you better on your more challenged side. It's not weaker, it just has a little bit more challenge. All right, so now from there, roll yourself up, maybe grabbing behind the leg if you need to, or just letting it stay down. Slide that strap off of your foot, bring it back off to the side, and then grab for your handles. We want to bring our feet towards the vertical bars there, staying nice and tall through the spine first, and then you want to roll through the hips to begin. Your heels will start to pull away from the verticals. Your feet might slide down the bar, but you just want to go back to a point that you can, like, if we didn't have the yellow springs here, maybe you could maintain this position. So with the palms down, thumbs in towards each other, we work on our rotations. So really push through your legs, like you're really trying to push the bars away from you, and then rotate from the ribs. As you do, pull the thumb up, palm in, and tap the elbow onto your mat. Inhale to set back up, exhale to rotate. Reach back up, and then exhale, rotate. I'm going to go for 3 more each side, 6 total. And we can tell, 2 more each side, if we're rotating from the hips, if your feet start to pull away from the bars. Okay? We want to make sure that both feet stay touching the bars with the same and equal pressure at all times. After your last one, bring yourself to roll back up. Your feet come vertical along the bars, and then reach forward for a spine stretch. Ooh, to release. That feels so good. Lift back up. Hold your spine tall and steady as your hands press down and lift. Exhale, lift. Try to think about, as you're pressing down, the pelvic floor is trying to pull up and away from the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then last one. Hold the handles down. Start to roll back through the hips again, pointing through the toes, pushing the bars away from you. Now this time, pull back with both arms for a high row. 8 here, 7, 6, 5, feel your shoulder blades pulling towards each other rather than going up towards the ears. 3, 2, then 1. Hold, keep holding, turn the palms up. Now pull towards the face. Now this is going to feel like those hands want to pull your body towards them. Don't let that happen. You resist the urge to come up towards the hands. You pull those hands to you. Keep the elbows up high. We want to make sure this is a bicep curl, not a low row. We're coming there next. In 3, we switch it up. 2, and 1. Turn the thumbs up, palms in, and go low into that low or mid row. Okay, if you want to go low, turn the palms up, thumbs out, or thumbs up, palms in. Sometimes people's shoulders feel, just better with a neutral grip here. Thumbs up, palms in. Last 3, 2, and then last 1. When the arms go long, lift your body up, reaching forward, gently pressing into those handles, and then lifting the spine back tall again. All right, so let's work through some side body. So what you'll need is that bar. So go ahead and load up your push-through bar onto your yellow springs, taking off your handles there, and then just setting those off to the side. Okay, so now from here, we come first into your mermaid seated position. And now your body, you again need to listen to your body, understand where you need to be with relation to where the bar is. The further away, the more tension you have. The closer you are, the less tension you have. So choose your Goldilocks. Where is it just right for you? And with yourself reaching the left arm out to the side, I have my right arm onto the bar. Press down through the lats and through the obliques on the right side to lift up through the left. Then as you lift up, reach the right leg out and away as your body reaches out and away. Try to hover left arm, right leg. And then as you pull back in, lead into that mermaid stretch. Come up, reach out, hover, kick. And so again, this is where like that Goldilocks starts to become a little tricky. And that's like one thing that I've loved about learning about Pilates over the years is sometimes you do need that extra little help. In this case, this would be where you need to scoot yourself away if this part is hard. But then you might have to realize that you have to come in closer if this part is hard, okay? So now try that 2 more times. And I think that's why the term Goldilocks like really resonates with me, at least, to hold into or maintain one single position that works for both. And now start to wag your top leg from bar to bar, just like a side kick kneeling position. If you need to, you can totally place your left fingertips onto the mat, or to challenge yourself more, keep it hovering. Maybe turning the palm up if that feels better in the shoulder. And then one more to the back and to the front. We come up into that nice rotation, into rotation with our mermaid, and then stack the spine tall. Reach the bar away from you, push it down, lift back up. 2, and then 1. Now let's set ourselves up for a little bit of water skier. Hold on to the bar and rotate yourself back to facing towards the verticals. You're going to step the right ankle over the left and then holding onto that bar with your right hand, okay? So, well, both hands to start. So first you're gonna roll yourself back, trying to maintain contact with the verticals, and your left hand is going to maintain that contact with the bar as your right arm reaches out and away. So we get that nice, long, beautiful stretch to the right side. As you come up, try to keep the right arm behind you, and then once you pass the hips, reach towards the bar with your right hand. Lift back up, roll back down. And like your Vanna White on Wheel of Fortune, reach that right arm out to the side. Getting that nice long rotation and lift back up, pushing that bar back down. 2 more, just 4 of those total. Rolling yourself back, really reaching, pressing through that vertical with both feet. And of course, as you roll back, your contact with the bar kind of minimizes, but the energy is still there. Vanna White, open up. Like you've got a surfboard behind you, lift yourself up with the surfboard and then place the hand back down. Now let's switch it to the other side. Right foot towards that vertical on the right side, left foot over top of it. And sometimes you could even like maybe squeeze the bar with the tops of your feet. I like to press on that bar. And if it's just one foot that's maintaining contact, that's fine too. Right hand stays onto the bar. Vanna White, that left arm, oh, good. And then come up and over, pressing that bar down. Rolling yourself back, opening the left arm, and over. 3. Rolling yourself back, pushing that bar away from you, reaching back away from you. 2. And then final 1. Oh, good stuff. Then stack the spine up tall, bring yourself into that mermaid seated position. Remember, you might need to switch it up because as we come to one side of the body, things might feel a little different. Okay, we'll see how things feel on this side for me. So now, reaching up as you press down through your left arm, reach up through your right arm, try to stay away from the left hip, and then reach the right arm out and away as your left leg kicks towards the wall. Okay, that feels pretty good. From here, I lift up, kick the knee or foot back in. As you bend the knee, reach back up and over. Ooh, might need to scooch out a little bit more. I see my cat Sage outside looking at me. You can come inside. You wanted to go outside though. All right, so now let's hold that side kick reaching position. Make sure the shoulders are soft. You're still pushing that energy, into the bar, like you're trying to connect it to the hip. And if you need to, that hand can stay onto the mat as you kick and go back and forth. Ooh, maybe try to, move your springs or move the bars. But now can you hold and lift the right arm? Maybe twist the palm up towards the ceiling and do your best not to let the hips move back and forth or the body to move at all, but instead just the leg. Ooh, this side is much harder. Okay, I already lost count, gonna be honest with you. So let's do maybe 2 more front, back, 1 more, back. Then bend the knee, bring your right hand over to the bar, taking that rotation and pressing down, then lifting back up. Reach towards and through the tower, then lift back up. 2 more. Really trying to open through the right side. Whew. And then last one. Oh man, good stuff. Let go of the bar. See where we're at on time. Okay, we got time for just 1 more move here. So as you come up into a tall kneeling position, again, Goldilocks is going to depend on your body. Now, I like to have a little bit more tension on these thigh stretches. And so with the tops of your feet and your shins pressing heavy into your mat there, arms stay at shoulder width and shoulder height. So now keeping that alignment from knees to hips to shoulders to head, lean yourself back into that thigh stretch and then exhale. Whoa, yourself back up, making sure you don't lose contact like I just did. Do as I say, not as I do. Let's try that 5 more. Inhale back. And then exhale, slow, slow, slow and controlled back up. Keeping your tailbone heavy, like you got a big belt buckle, shine it forward. And the way that you come up is, with the help of the bar, 3 more, but more of like pressing into the tops of your feet, into the shins. 3, keeping the shoulders back and down. 2, and then our final 1. Beautiful. All right, so now from there, you can let that bar come down. Take a nice, easy child's pose. Maybe wag your tail side to side. Let your head maybe rest onto your hands or the mat. Movement does the body good. It's a great way to use some medicine for today. All right, so if you enjoyed this class, please let me know by liking or commenting or even sharing the video with others. And let me know what other sort of classes you guys are looking for, and I'll do my best to get to them as I can. So see you next time. Thanks again for moving with me today. Bye.